Greetings, Zen Motorsports freaks. Here's the Buddha after a rough ride in life. He's a little bit chipped up. Today we're going for a ride up through Pinkham Notch. We're gonna go around Deadman's Corner. That's some fun footage. And also I got some fun clips through Jackson Covered Bridge. It's part of that long ride I did, so enjoy it. Stick around after the 8-minute ride. I'm gonna give you a couple of words about meditation from my teacher. So I'm getting prepared and ready to go. Enjoy the ride. There you go, Storyland lovers. Okay, so we'll have to do the covered bridge, of course. To one lane. Oops, left the blinker on. People watching the video are like, come on! Biting their nails. There's that town hall they moved. Interesting. Some big beams. Historical Society. The Wentworth. Alright, well, back to Route 16. You know what? I should put on my jacket. I just changed the oil on this. Adjusted the chain. Everything seems to be just fine. It's fun. I love doing the maintenance and getting down and dirty. Yeah, I know this road very well. Go into Pinkham Notch. I might have to get out the rain gear. I don't have real good rain gear today, so hopefully it's not like torrential for too long. What do I say? Okay, so it's about 80 degrees up here. It was what, 84 down at the house? There's some nice beaver down there. Yeah, I'm plenty warm still. Here's your moment of Zen, guys. That's the presidential range. Back north. We're going by the auto road. That's definitely my most popular video for obvious reasons. Such a popular place. It's such a cool thing. And there's the Glen House, it's still there. It's good. Why not? So this bike has over 30,000 miles on it now. Part of the video, I wanted to say a word about meditation. One thing about meditation is there's really no way to teach it because you're just sitting in silence and in stillness. Pretty, not a good posture, but you want to be aware of your posture. I mean, you definitely want a straight back and things like that, but if you have troubles, it's okay. You want to be aware of your posture and your breathing. But you're just awareness only, you're sort of falling back into awareness. And then there are techniques. I guess that's the part of meditation that you teach a little bit. So for me, it's finding a comfortable spot, sitting still, trying to keep my back straight. And at the beginning, I would focus on my out breath, and a way to help train our minds is to count the out breaths, and you place each out breath with a number. And as you count, you breathe out one. So you're saying this silently. 2 in your head. 3. And then you count to 10. And then at 10, you start over, and you start at 1. Sometimes you find yourself, you've counted to 159, but that's okay. You just start at 1 again. Sometimes you can't remember where you were. Sometimes you're just at number 2 and you forget. That's okay. You just start at 1 again. That's pretty much, so you're just kind of coming back to awareness is the instruction, really. But the real, if I want to think about meditation, it's sort of what happens. Well, it's all of it. It's the self-conscious stuff and the stuff when samadhi comes too. So I was gonna say, I was going to say that what happens when you sort of fall back into awareness and you forget about yourself and what Dogen called dropping off body and mind. He was a famous Zen teacher at the beginning of Zen, in the middle of, as Buddhism sort of like developed, and a whole nother conversation of what Zen is and Buddhism. But so we're falling back into our awareness, and the thing that comes up for me right now is that I was listening to a Dharma talk in my helmet during the ride, and Nancy mentioned to pay attention during her Dharma talk, or to take notice of what it was like now at the end of the retreat, the 4-day retreat, and what it was like at the beginning. At the end of the retreat, you have a choice. You don't have to really, if you feel less compelled to sort of soothe the things that needs to be soothed, like you forgot to, I don't know, what usually in meditation, it's like I need to move, or I need to get up, or like there's sometimes, like at the end of the retreat, you have a choice. At the beginning of a retreat, when we first come in, we know that we have like 3 or 4 days of these long days of meditation and doing this together this whole time. So there's like a sort of dread, or there's like a huge expectation. So, and there's not much choice. And like when we sit down, there's like, it's hard to like, disattach to all the Jamies that keep popping up and need soothing. But by the end, and it's like 3 or 4 days, and most people get into a groove, there's like a choice to not have to soothe that Jamie. So it's like that satisfaction, that feeling of satisfaction. And that was something that came up during the ride. And speaking of awareness, during Conway Community Sangha meditation on Sunday, what dawned on me, I wanted to share as well, because this is sort of all related to awareness, which is what we are. we're awareness. We're not really these separate bodies and minds. We're awareness. The bodies and minds sort of like create the awareness, but the awareness creates the bodies and minds. So it's like this emptiness. That's not really what that's supposed to mean, but I hope you get the gist. So what came up for me was the jikido rang the bell, and I realized like, oh man, I'm working on this koan with one of the patriarchs, and and the koan really is like, tell me your name from, from beyond, say it from beyond, tell me your name from beyond, like, and that's what awareness is. It's beyond. It's not in time, it's not in this body, it's not anywhere. It's just happening. You can't really catch up. It's always just change. Anyway, so I'm just gonna end it there because I keep screwing this up, and I'm gonna go crazy, and then it's way too long for this type of thing. So I hope what I think some of y'all can do, me included, is to try a more frequent sitting in silence and feeling the feelings and letting things pass through, and then just letting that sit, and then do it again the next day, and then do it again the next day, and not really worry about the comparing of like at the beginning of retreat or at the end of retreat, because that will also screw us up. It's just really, we just like day in and day out, just sit. And I'm convincing myself as much as I'm trying to really hopefully spread this teaching about one. We are one. We're all one.